Hey guys, System here, and this is FTB Stoneblock 3. Hope you're all having a great day. I myself, fantastic one. So let's go and push forward and move on with the pack here. So in between episodes, I did a little bit of stuff. I went ahead and pretty much polished off chickens. I don't know if I'm actually missing one or two, but I have to go through and look through the entire list at some point. But all our chickens are gone. They are moved, and our pedestal has been moved as well. So that was actually pretty cool. Some of you guys kind of pointed out I could actually use cardboard boxes to move it around. So yeah, you just go ahead and put a cardboard box on the pedestal and move it that way. So that is pretty awesome. Also went ahead and added some lights in here just so we can turn this off whenever I want to, because I don't need it on all the time. Yeah, you just go ahead and turn that off whenever I want. So it actually works out quite well. The lights I'm using in there are the ones from Simply Light. So I'm just using these ones here. I'm using the inverted version. So when the, I guess the redstone links are powered up, it actually disables the lights that are in there. So yeah, just pretty cool little light mod. And, I may actually just leave that on for right now, because I don't think I need it going. Actually, I want to keep farming the chest, so let's go ahead and let that go there. Also up here, let's go ahead and run up here real quick. Oh, also, you guys told me too as well. Where was that? This right here, the watch of flowing time that I have in my inventory here. You can hit the G key, and that actually does the tick acceleration while you're walking around, and you're just holding it, right? So it's actually making those go way faster, because these things usually go super slow, right? But when this is in my hand, yeah, they just go way, way quicker. So yeah, just the kind of like portable tick acceleration. So not too bad in that regard. So you can do that as well. I could actually show you that way better over here, because it's actually kind of silly when I do this. But anyway, let's go ahead and grab you real quick. And then go ahead and throw some coal in there real quick. Then go ahead and hit this thing. And then go ahead and pull. I guess I don't have to pull anything out. But you can see how fast it's just going. It's just flying, right? So that is from the tick acceleration here. But yeah, I can just go ahead and put it on there as well. And it'll just do its thing. So working out really well. Actually, I need to turn that on, right? That'll work way better. Either way, makes the actual fuel pretty quickly. And that is working out as well. Already got 4.1k of them. And not too bad. And like I said, you can just use the box in this too. So if you can't, can't figure out a way to move it around, just do something like this. Just like that there. Put it where you want. And then shift or right click, right? So it works out really good. Don't need that on right now. I'm probably going to go ahead and turn that off. We may use that in a little bit here. I think we're going to work on the Energizing Orb today. So we get into more ProjectE stuff. So a lot of the ProjectE stuff, like I want to get to Creative Flight, right? So one of the things I need is an antimatter relay. And we need the Energizing Orb automated to do that. So probably work on that. But before we do that, I actually made this room up here. This is all our chickens. So I have pretty much all the chickens set up. We need to go ahead and get these hooked up to refined storage, so refined storage can see all the items. And the way I think we're gonna do that is probably using some XNet, and then we'll use external storage as well. But probably be the plan. Also, yeah, I was talking to a guy last night. I think his name was Ian Elves. He was from the FTB Discord. He showed me a way to fully automate the 10-10-10ing of chickens using XNet. I may do a separate video for that, but probably be in a few days. So I'm probably gonna do a separate entire video just on 10-10-10ing chickens, because it's such an amazing setup. It's kind of like my old setup. So he kind of went with the concept of my old setup, which was currently, I guess, technically non-70 setup originally. And he just made it work in 118. It's actually so cool. I want to show you it, but yeah, I need a couple days to kind of get a video out. So definitely got to do that. But yeah, Ian Ellis, man, he's cool dude. Talked to him for like an hour, did some screen sharing, and was just a good time all around. I'm going to check this B, and then I think we'll go ahead and actually check our I guess go ahead and set up our XNet here. So one other thing I actually crafted, I kind of forgot about this too, was the TIM pad, right? So this thing actually takes another star, because you have to have a beacon, right? Then just some quartz and a redstone lamp. And then you can kind of infinitely teleport, right? So you kind of just open it up here. Go to options, you can color it any color you want. You can actually change color just at will. Go to run program here. You can actually set some kind of teleport location. So I have one to chickens right now and one to home. But if I go to home now, just click teleport here. You can just add new locations down here too, so nothing too special there. But you just run the program, and we'll go to home. Notice a little portal opens up, and you just walk through. And that takes 3 minutes. Once that's kind of used once, you have to wait 3 minutes for it to recharge. But after that, you can teleport again. So just a really easy way of kind of moving around the world, right? So I thought that was a pretty awesome option to make there. Also, these elevators, I didn't actually show them either. They're just ender pearl and a bunch of wool. But basically, you just make two of these, put them on top of each other. Kind of like, you know what I mean? One's up there, actually through solid stone, right? I just hit shift go up, and then shift go down, and then space go up, right? So really simple in that regards. And you can set the direction too. So when I'm looking this way, I go up and down. I'll be still aimed in the direction of the arrow. So you use a block on it too to make it look, well, I guess whatever way you want. So anyway, what we're going to do is, I guess, go ahead and set up our storage controller. So let's go ahead and do that. Basically, what we're going to do is have the storage controller here. Then we're going to use XNet to move all the items into the storage controller, which we'll then put in the drawers. I know it seems a little roundabout, but it seemed like the easiest wiring for this many drawers, kind of in this configuration. I didn't want to use item pipes because I would have had to use like a ton of upgrades to kind of move the items around and stuff. XNet seemed like the easiest way to do that, and it's going to be the way we do it. So let's go ahead and grab the linking tool. I guess we need to go ahead and link it up to the drawer here. Then we're going to hit Shift and right click, make sure it's set to multiple. Then we're just going to right click, make sure it's set to add. Then we should be able to just right click on the drawer, kind of drag that across, and then right click again. And they're linked up to that storage controller now. So that is really easy to do. Let's go ahead and do that for all 4 walls here. Then we'll have to go ahead and set up the actual controller. Probably over there. Yeah, it'll probably have to be at this guy. We got this guy here. We're going to use him for power as well as items, right? So let's go ahead and use the cool chicken here to actually power this, because we will need a little bit of power. So I have 1 generator, I guess, over here. What is this called here? The Sterling, right? So back here we got coal. And we'll probably put it around here somewhere, right? So let's grab a controller. So the coal's right there. We'll just put it right there. Doesn't matter which ways that's facing either. It doesn't matter at all, actually. And then, actually, how would I do this so it's a little more clean? Let's go, let's do that. Need to make sure I can access the correct sides of this. Maybe like that. And then that would do that. Just trying to figure out the right way to do this, that it's clean. Actually, let's do this here. Let's go ahead and break you. Go ahead, put you down this way. The coal's right there, right? Let's go ahead and grab our controller. That'll put the power right into there. So that's good. And then we just need to kind of connect to these. So I have different connectors here. I have the network cables, and then I have the blue connectors. The blue connectors are going to be the ones that actually connect to machines, right? So we'll have one there. We'll have one there. And then we'll end up one on the Sterling Dynamo as well, I guess. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to name a couple of these connections too. So I'll just call this one controller, so I always know what it is. I'll call this one the, we'll just call it Gen. That is fine. And we'll name this one Cool. So I can just kind of see these ones kind of in the system here. When you open it here, you got to see everything that's already kind of currently connected to. So what we'll want here is to create a channel. The channel we're going to create to start off here is this going to be a item channel. We shouldn't have to actually do an energy channel on this either, so that should be good. So we'll do a insert on this. So create this, make sure it's set to insert, which is great. I'll probably set the priority on this one to... no, we don't need an insert on this one at all, do we? Let's get rid of that channel. Let's get rid of that. I guess all we really need is to go with the one that says coal, right? So this one is the Gen, and this one is coal, right? So we'll go to here, create that one, set it to extract. Want a priority of 1 on this one. Oh, you can't set a extract priority? Oh, I did not know that. Okay, I guess it doesn't matter too much, but I'll have extract on that one. And then we'll create a insert on this one with a priority of 1, because I always want the coal to go here first, right? But if I go ahead and give this a single piece of coal, this should start powering up and start working, right? So it's going to start moving the coal into the generator. That's like a power loop, right? So this thing should never run out of power. I think I put upgrade in here. Let's actually put upgrade in here, just to make sure it actually has enough power, because we're going to have a lot of connectors here. I don't know how much power it's actually going to use, but we may have to go ahead and make some upgrades for this. But now that's fine. That's working. That's great. That's what we want there. The next thing we need to do, I guess, is go ahead and hook up all the roost. We'll go ahead and hook up all the roost to pull all the items into the controller, right? So I just need to kind of come around here. On the quarters here, I'll just use the network cable, because there's no reason to use the connectors there, right? We just need those on things that has to actually connect to. We won't name any of these either, because we don't really need to know what's in the drawers. We're just going to basically have the drawers, you know what I mean? I'm just going to go over there right now. There will be another one there, but for right now, we just need these to be be pulled into the drawer, so the drawer can actually have access to the items, right? So that's good, the idea there. Now that we got all those roosts actually hooked up there, we're going to go to another item channel, right? So make a new one. Then on this one here, we want to create a channel, and we want a extract on every one of these. I may go ahead and change the amounts too. We'll change that to stacks. I don't know if we have enough power for this though. We may have to reduce the amount, but we'll try to make it, I guess, set the stacks here. Then what we want to do is go ahead, I think it's copy the connector to the clipboard, right? Then I think you just control V that, right? You can just do that on all the roosts, so you can do that relatively quickly. So not too bad. Makes your life a lot easier when you're going to be using a lot of the same settings there, right? So yeah, this should go ahead and hopefully set everything. Yeah, everything's set to the correct settings there. I could up the tick rate too, but honestly, we don't need it. It's probably more and quick enough. A stack a second. Actually, I could probably make it slower than this. I could make it one stack every 20 ticks, and it'd be completely fine because it actually takes longer than that, I think, to actually produce. We could probably slow it down quite a bit. I just want to make sure it can actually keep up, though. So we'll just go ahead and do this for, I think we got 60 of these roofs, basically. So we've got quite a few of them here. So just get them done. Then after this, we'll just have to do a insert channel on the actual storage controller. And then we'll just have to hook that up to refine storage. And this should be all working, right? So the XNet is a really cool mod. It's just really good for stuff like this, right? So that's good. That's good there. Then I should be able to come down. I don't know where our center of the room is. Maybe it is right here. Let's go ahead and dig down here real quick. Kind of see where we're at. Here we go. And I guess we're going this way. Kind of get cabled up here as cleanly as possible. So we just need to kind of come across here. Need a connector on the actual, what is that there? The actual storage connector, is it? Yeah, storage controller. I don't know what. I'm working with connectors right now, and my brain won't process. But anyway, that is the autism for you. Anyway, let's go ahead head up here. We probably don't need this connection right here. So let's actually get rid of those connections. So that should be good. And then that should be good there, actually. Actually, I don't need that cable. That's part of the problem. That should be just a logic, right? So it's going to go ahead and do that. And then the storage, we should be able to hunt that down in here somewhere. So go ahead and head here. And just create a, I guess this one would be just an insert, right? And I may speed this one up. Actually, we can't speed that one up, actually. We can't do anything with that. I think that's fine, actually. Number of ticks for each automation. Yeah, we have to change that on the extracts, I guess. We could do priority, but I don't really want to do that. I just want to make sure everything's right here. So that's good. The extract on this, that is fine. And the insert on that is priority 1. So this should always get called first. So I think this is actually working. I think this is pretty much exactly how we want it. The last thing we'd have to do is probably come down to the center of this area and dig down straight into our refined storage and hopefully find the correct spot here. The last thing we should have to do is actually throw this external storage on the actual controller here. We want to set the priority to this one to 10, probably at least. Just make sure it's above your main kind of priority systems, right? Just like we have the drawer wall downstairs. I just keep that one at 10 as well because it shouldn't be the same items for the most part. And then just go ahead and hook that up there. And that should be effectively all in our system now, right? You can also hear there's tons of pops going on. So that's all the items actually being moved into the system. I may end up muting that sound. I just want to make sure all the drawers are actually getting all their items too, because I didn't really do that. Yeah, every one of them already has 2K. So they're at the max because I have not operated all these drawers here. But these ones here with the compacting drawers, so I guess we'll just kind of keep going, right? So I just went ahead and crafted up a couple things here from refined storage. But before we do that, let's actually check our rewards here. So go to here and see what we got. Furnace wrapping papers, don't really need that. Laser nodes, pretty cool. Light draw, don't care. Crescent hammer, we made that yesterday. Diamond Paxel. What the heck is this thing? That's hideous. What is that? Chiseled block? Oh, it's like a whole bunch of different bits. I wonder what different materials are in there. I need like the bit chisel thing. I could go through there and see all the different things you get. You didn't get enough for a full block, whatever they're giving you. So is that actually like neutronium? Maybe it is. I don't know. Not going to check it right now, but my goodness, that is a hideous block, whatever it's made of. It is completely horrible. We didn't actually get any good rewards here, I don't think. We got a stove, the impact hammer. That's a 3x3 one. The Hearthstone, that teleports you home, I think, right? Teleports the player to their personal spawn point, or if enabled, the world spawn. And then we got ourselves, I already had the patterns, got ourselves some more mob bands, already had the exporter. What is this here? Furnace wrapping papers. Right click on the furnace to wrap it as gift, but won't the wrappings catch fire? Like, can I, how do you do this? How do you open this? I can't put it down. How do I actually open this up? Right click on the furnace to wrap it as a gift, but won't the wrappings catch fire? Sneak right clicking on a furnace opens a gift, but I can't put it down. What? I don't know if this works correctly. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. If someone knows how to put that down, let me know, because I can't seem to put that down. And we just got another Watch of Flowing Time. Are you serious? We just got another Watch of Flowing... That's actually insane. Okay, so that's really cool. So apparently you get those as rewards. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, nothing too special except for that, I guess, is the main thing. And this might be something really good, I guess, if we could actually open it up and see what it was. But apparently we cannot. So we won't worry about that right now. Dug a little tunnel there too. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and actually get into some auto crafting. So I have the crafting manager. Actually, this is the wrong one. I wanted to have the crafting monitor, right? Actually made the wrong one here. Let's go ahead and grab the monitor. Yeah, I need one of these here. Let's go ahead and see if we can actually make everything. Yeah, the crafting monitor. There you go. I don't need a manager right away, but we'll go ahead and grab the pattern grid. We're going to put that there. This will be where we make our patterns for the crafting recipes. Then we'll take the crafting monitor and pop that there. I'm going to store that one right now. We'll kind of show that one off later on. We don't need it today. Let's go ahead and grab the crafter. Go ahead and pop it here and here. And we'll just kind of color them all the correct color, which is red, because that's what I'm going with here. And we're pretty much ready to start auto crafting, right? So to start auto crafting with refined storage, pretty easy. Just grab some patterns. You pop them in here, and they're just a really easy recipe. One of the first recipes I usually automate is crafting patterns. So let's go ahead and grab you. Go ahead and grab that, because that'll be the components that we can't kind of automatically make. And then I guess we'll just throw them into a crafter, right? So just there and there. Then if I go into the actual grid now and go to patterns, I go tell it to say, make 10 of those really easily. And it'll just start actually making the patterns, right? So super, super simple and super awesome. And we can actually take that a step further, right? So what we do is grab one of these exporters. Again, really easy recipe. Then we want one of these crafting upgrades. Actually, we'll automate that recipe too. Go ahead and grab the crafting upgrade. So we need that. We need the crafting tables as well. You'll end up filling up these crafters really quick. And I don't think we have a way of getting better crafters. Like I didn't see any like iron crafters or anything in this pack. Yeah, there's no iron crafters. So there's no better crafters that I could tell. So we dealing with these ones that can only hold 9 recipes, right? So that'll be a little limitation here. And I think that's pretty much everything we need there. Is there anything else I needed for that recipe? That. Oh, I probably should grab the construction cores. Let's do that. Oh, that's not the recipe. This helps. Let's go ahead and actually grab the recipe. Go. And the destruction cores too, because they pop up with a lot of these as well, right? So that is good. Then we should be able to take all those recipes, drop them off, right? Apparently I did this one twice because I'm a total dirt. So let's go ahead and head up right here. Go ahead and make sure we have the actual construction core recipe instead. And drop that one off, right? You can hold shift too to kind of, you see in your inventory, you have a bunch of patterns, hold shift. I'll show you what the pattern is, kind of like that too. And let's go ahead and actually make the crafting upgrade now. Should be able to make that relatively easy. Should only take a couple seconds here. Go ahead and grab it. And what I'm going to do with this is just automate the creation of patterns, right? So I just take the crafting upgrade, I pop it in here. Then I guess we don't even need to do that. We just go ahead and grab ourselves an actual pattern from REI pattern. There you go. And just slide that over, pop that here. And that, I guess once we connect it with a cable anyway, because it's just kind of floating right now, should start automatically making patterns, and it'll keep this full for us, which is fantastic, right? So as long as we have all the stuff we need for patterns, it'll just keep us at 64 patterns, just like that. We never have to think about it again. So that's kind of the cool stuff that you could do with refined storage, right? So what I think I'm going to go ahead and do right now, actually, I still can't believe I got to watch a flowing time after working on it yesterday. But anyway, it's just crazy. What I'm going to go ahead and do is set up a bunch of recipes here. I want to be able to go ahead and automatically make these energizing rods basic. And there are a whole bunch of like auto crafting that I want to set up because they're kind of a pain in the butt to do. So they have all these kind of nested recipes. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of them done. Then once we have those set up, and I'll probably do a burnator basic as well, because I'm going to use that to power them as well, I think. And we'll go ahead and start automating the Energizing Orb using refined storage. So that is kind of the plan for the, I guess, the next step here. So we get into Power and ProjectE. So I'm going ahead and set up a bunch of recipes here. I'm just doing the last couple. So I've already gone ahead made us a whole bunch of these Energizing Rod basics. So I have a bunch of them, right? So I think I have, what do I have here? I have 7. Actually, I have 8. I swear I made 8. Let's go ahead and hunt down the last one. Yeah, it's right there. Made ourselves a burnator. I set up that recipe as well. So I have a bunch of recipes here. Actually did the recipes for the crafters as well, because I'm already filling them up, right? So they are filling up pretty quickly. I have to make the speed upgrades pretty soon too. Anyway, I'm going to do the cables for the mod as well. Let's go to, I guess not cable. Go to cable here, right? Then I should be able to make the basics, right? Yeah, these ones right here. They can't move a lot of power. I don't usually actually use these ones very much. Usually I'm pretty anti these cables, but like I said, I want to give them a chance to try them out. But anyway, you do have to kind of upgrade them through all the tiers, right? So power, it kind of works like that. Everything's kind of nested and progressive, right? So I guess that's definitely a thing. I guess the last thing we need here is actually a Energizing Orb. So let's actually, we don't have to automate that one. You just hit the control, then click. it'll craft everything we don't have yet. We just kind of wait for a second, and then we should be able to just grab the orb like that. Because we should only need one of those, right? And I'm going to go ahead and move you. I'm going to move you. I'm going to move you, you, and you. They're going to get all migrated somewhere else. So I guess that's a thing. Let's drop you off. I don't need you right now. That, this, or that. So that should be good there. Or use our chickens for the power, right? So the way we're going to set this up, it's going to be a little weird, right? So it's a little different with, I guess, refined storage. So it is 82. We go ahead and take the orb. We're going to pop it right there. Then we'll have at least a piece of stone here and probably a piece of stone here too. Then we'll end up with a comparator. So I have a comparator right here. It's going to read a redstone signal when this has an item in it, right? We already need that to deactivate the crafter so it doesn't mess up the recipes. Because this thing right here is a little weird. So you can put like different things into it, right? So I have a piece of stone and that piece of cable in there. And if you don't send the right amount of items right into it and the correct recipe, you'll end up messing up the recipes. So you need to kind of control that, right? So the way we're going to do that is with a comparator and a redstone signal with this mod here. We need to go ahead and make ourselves another crafter as well. Oh, I actually already made 2 more, so that is probably pretty good for us. Going to need a crafter right on top of that. I should have one of those wrenches around here too. You know what? I'll just go ahead and make a new one. I don't know where it is right now. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves the correct wrench. And this one, hopefully right there. Oh, we'll have to hit the control, make it craft us some more of the quartz and rich. Probably do a regulator upgrade at some point. I guess we have Requestify in this too. I can make it so it keeps a good amount of enriched iron in the system, but we won't worry about that right now. Have to dye that too and get hooked up to refined storage, but we'll do that in a couple minutes. We're gonna need what else do we need here? We need some of those links as well. Those redstone links, right? So we'll just use them. We could use the what do you call it? What is that there? What did I just make? That is not what I want. I want the redstone linky thing right there. I usually use RF tools, but I use this for a change. Just trying to use different mods than what I usually do. But that'll get the signal there. We'll have to set a frequency. We'll just use a cable for all it matters. Then we'll go ahead and throw another one up here and pop it right there. And I want this one to be the... This one's going to be the receiver. So we need to shift right click on that one. So basically what is going to happen, I'm going to have this set to redstone signal, pulse inserts next set, right? So basically what will happen is it's going to, I guess when this gets the item in it, it's going to send a redstone signal, which is going to disable the crafter. It can't send another recipe, meaning it can't mess up the actual recipe that's currently in there. And then when this, recipe gets taken out, right? So when it's done, it'll unlock the crafter and send it the next recipe. So that's going to be how we kind of control this. It's kind of like doing jank blocking mode from AE2, right? So it's just kind of how you have to do it with refined storage. What do we have here? We're going to need, don't zoom. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves a importer as well. So let's go ahead and grab one of them. Haven't set up these recipes yet, but we could use this same old control click in here. Kind of get that done pretty quickly. We'll have the importer probably right on the bottom. We're going to do a little test here, make sure this is working. I'm going to do some jank wiring, but we'll kind of figure it out here. What do I need for power? I'm going to have the fernator here. And I need to figure out how I'm going to power this thing. I guess we'll kind of hide it underneath here. So we'll kind of have it down here somewhere. So we'll do that. Then we'll have to get our chickens into here too. So let's go ahead and grab them. We should be able to actually use a drawer. So let's actually grab a drawer. There you go. To move these guys around. Because that's how I moved them around previously. So just do that. Then do this here. Then do I have that upgrade? I do. Awesome. Let's go ahead and pop out right there. Then we'll want to set the extract. Oh, I actually found the first wrench that does not work on these cables. That's actually kind of funny. Also, backpack. I may have to change my zoom button. I have too many buttons down there close to that one. I keep accidentally hitting my zoom button now. Anyway, let's go ahead and grab ourselves. What do we have here? Any kind of wrench. This one should work right here. We'll just use a laser wrench. Here you go. Set the extract. Make sure... Oh, don't cover that. Good, get that out of there. You can even cover things like cobblestone or in stone. It's like really weird. But anyway, could pop that there. That should start generating power. This one only does 80. We can upgrade this, right? So the fernator, like I said, the top level one, when we get to it, is 40k. It's pretty crazy, actually. It probably burns through an immense amount of coal, but we can actually produce that no problem. But you have to go through all the stages, right? So we have to kind of work our way there. I mean, let's pull that off. So that is producing power. Then we're going to have the lasers here somewhere to kind of shoot into this thing. So what we'll do is probably from these sidewalls, maybe? Something like this here. Let's go ahead and grab some energy cable. Just do that. This here. How many we got? We got 8, right? So one there. Then I guess we'll have one here. and one here. So we'll just start with 8. I don't think we'll need more than 8. Once you get up to top level ones, it doesn't really matter too much. Also, these things are a little weird. So the actual kind of rods, right? They only connect cables that have a energy power buffer. So these cables here actually store power with it in them. But if I try to use like the pipes power cables, they won't work because they don't actually store power within the cable itself. So they just work differently. So you can't actually attach them. But you use ones like the mechanism cables, they'll work just fine. So that should be good there. Then we'll kind of bring, I guess, the cabling underneath here. We'll do it a little jank, like I said. Just I'll make it pretty later on. Go ahead and do you. Sweet. And then do this. And hopefully these cables are actually getting power. Oh, I need to go ahead and hook that one up too. Do that. To here. Yeah, so that's getting power. That's getting power. So they're all getting power right now. Also, I'm kind of curious. If I do this, could I actually make this go faster? What's my charge button for this? I think I set it to 5. There you go. And then hit the G button as well. Will that actually make this go faster? I wonder if that's actually making that go faster right now. I guess we'll have to see once it's running. Anyway, go ahead and turn that off for now. So that should be effectively working right now. That should actually be a working automation. So let's do a really jank wiring before I run this underneath, because I'm going to run it underneath and connect the cable underneath there. But just to test it, right, we'll just do the cable kind of straight across here. That way I know I'm not just doing cable for no reason, for something that's not going to work here. And we'll just do, where do I need that? I would need that, I guess, right, oh, that's too jank. Oh, no, I guess it's going to have to be that jank. Let's go ahead and do this, do that. Then we'll bring that up there. I'll probably bring that from the ceiling later on, but that works out. Hopefully we can get out here. And we just need to set some recipes, right? So let's head into here. Not in here. Let's head into here. The first thing we need to make is a steel, right? It's called like energized steel. So we'll go ahead and set up that recipe. So that'll be that right there. Then there's like a blazing something or other. These things right here. I actually got some of these from some of the elite mobs. Actually dropped those. I should do the other recipe too, actually. I think it's better. Yeah, it's less RF to actually do it with a blaze rod. And then what's after this one? Let's go to power. I don't know if we need to set up all these recipes, but we'll get a couple of them in here. So this one here, this one is the niotic. That is a diamond. Starts costing a little bit of power at this point, right? And then this one is the spirited. I can't remember what the spirited is. Spirit is the emerald. That's actually not too bad. Let's grab you. Then I guess the last one is a nitro. And we won't be doing this one at this point because it takes another star. So I'll have to wait on that one. And let's go ahead and get all these recipes in here. So let's go ahead and drop them off. Make sure we have this set again. So redstone pulse inserts next set. And this should be working. So let's test it out. So let's go ahead and go into our little kind of crafting grid here. Grab ourselves the energized and see if we can actually make like 10, right? So I try to make 10 and setting them in. They're getting shot with the lasers, right? Which is exactly what we want. And I'm just making sure it doesn't get gummed up, right? So as long as no other item ends up in here at any point, or it doesn't end up with like 2 iron and 2 gold, you know what I mean? Because that would mess it up too. It's working. So that looks like it's working just fine. Then we should be able to immediately jump to the blazing as well. So let's go ahead and try out the blazing here. We don't have a lot of power for this yet, but we might as well see how well it's going to work here. You go. And I can try this out too, actually. Go ahead and turn this on. And I want to see how this is going. I don't know if this is actually speeding this up or not, actually. We may have to go ahead and upgrade the cables. Looks like they can only output 320 FE a tick. I don't think tick acceleration actually speeds that up either. Yeah, it's totally power starved right now. So anyway, we know it's working though. It's definitely doing the thing. And that is actually awesome. How many of them are done? So it's still going to finish up, I guess, 7 of those. But once they're finished, it's effectively done. Just a point of note too, apparently the pedestal speed. So the speed up on the pedestal is way more than the one in your hand too. Because once I put down the pedestal with our other one, those just flew actually. Just they went super quick actually. I can show you. Let's go to the energized. I don't know what the difference in the actual tick rate kind of bonus is, but it's definitely a lot. Let's go ahead. How do you do that too? Is it control shift? Yeah, control shift to bring up something if you already have it in your system. But I want to go ahead and make 40 of those. Should actually go pretty fast, and this should be actually going pretty fast. I'd say now. Yeah, look how fast the actual Fernator is going. And this is just a basic, so it's just flying along insanely, doing the stuff and things, and that's actually really rad. So I'll be able to get this upgraded really quickly. So I'm just doing us a big little batch of these blazings, right? So the blazings are getting done pretty quickly. I don't even know how much I did there. I did a good kind of size batch there, so getting a whole bunch of them done. Looks like 120 or so. You can see here it's just flying through it. So it's just doing the stuff and things, which is crazy. These are all on the hardened ones. So I upgraded the cables, upgraded the rods, and I upgraded the furnator. And yeah, this is even being tick accelerated over here. So look at that. It's actually being tick accelerated from that distance. So that's actually further range than I thought as well. I was actually surprised. I thought this here might mess up because I thought the links might be too slow. But maybe they're getting tick accelerated too because they're keeping up. So I thought that might mess up the recipes, but everything's just working great. So I got us up to the blazing tier, and look at it go, man. It's just flying through these ones, the diamond ones. And the, what are these ones here? They're called the Niotics, right? So these ones here, they take a lot more power. Yeah, 300,000 RF tick. We're only producing, mind you, 800 FE a tick. And look how fast it's doing it because of the tick acceleration. It's actually quite crazy. It's actually keeping up no problem with coal too. So you look at that there, and look at that. Like this is having no problem. It has to get down 48 before it could actually put in another batch anyway, right? So yeah, just super cool, super awesome. And I guess we just really have just this tier and one more tier to go, and then we are done this. So at least for now, until we get full Nether Star automation, we're gonna have to set up a spawner probably with that soul shard that we set up. I guess we got it yesterday, but we never used it. But we did get that vanilla spawner. We may go ahead and set that up probably in the next video, actually. There you go. We're at Spirited tier, just like that. No problem at all whatsoever. And that was fantastic. That took no time at all. When we go ahead and actually do our power reactor, which may be tomorrow, actually, now that this went so well, actually. Yeah, it's going to take no time. I kind of changed cabling a little bit. I need to run it through the ceiling, but I'll do that later on. I will have this cable coming to the bottom here, and probably facade that at some point. Probably won't end up with this pedestal here in the end either. But it just made this process so quick, right? So yeah, this one here produces 8K a tick, right? So off a furnator with a single kind of checkout setup, which is completely insane and really rad, right? So I can just go ahead and make some more spirited, no problem. And yeah, it's just really cool like that, right? Should go really fast now, actually. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I need faster importers and stuff, but really, really good either way. Man, this is fun. I love this. I love this. I'm going to be using these things everywhere through this pack, right? Now that we can get these so easily, oh man, they're just so much fun. I gotta get a permit set up for a Mobius field too. I'll have to find a spot for that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and actually wrap this one up here. So as always, guys, like this video, please hit that like button. I really liked it. Hit that subscribe button. It is always appreciated. I want you guys all to have a good one. See you guys in the next video. Later.